dressed like Aladdin.
Wow, she really hates a clean house. All right, let's move on to this. The TikTok right now, there's a Psyop going on as it relates to marriage, something that we don't know about. We'll be discussing.
I didn't see this coming. I thought it was just the feminist angle.
Yes,
right?
okay, so let me so at first you would just think it's a feminist angle. And let me know, you can comment below if you've seen this. And if you thought, the country with one-child policy? Yeah, they're behind it. They got no string. Well, it's like, whoa.
We didn't say Tim.
Everyone's a little bit trigger happy today.
A little jumpy.
So over the week, I need to set it up.
Okay.
This is the problem. It's not the conference, and I don't use prompter. I just usually point to him.
Wow, I was ready for it.
Over the weekend, there's this video that's been, showing the perils of marriage. And again, couldn't disagree with it more. Do not let yourself become bitter just because of one bad experience. But we do need to fix some things. So the perils of marriage, this video, it went viral on TikTok and Twitter to influence many young women wrongfully.
I can swear, I can joke. I see what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke.
So she sees her future?
With the guys and you see me holding up my middle finger.
She's dressed like Aladdin.
Your ribbons and your pearls. I'm not just.
Wow, she really hates a clean house.
And children, apparently.
I'd hate to be her plumber.
Me too. I'm taking this off.
But she is now fabulously wealthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, if she leaves. Let's have her put on the past ring where she's in college listening to an Afro-lesbian professor talk about women's rights. Were you fulfilled there? Here's the one thing. Look, before we get to this is something I call the 99 and 99 rule, okay? It's over 40% of young men. Maybe Ginger Snap back there, you can get me these stats. It's like over 40% of young men out there who will never get married.
Yeah.
And I think it's 60% of women who say that there aren't men worth marrying because it's really cool to put up TikTok videos when you're 20. And then you realize, oh, hold on a second, it might have been nice to have children and, doing the dishes every now and then wouldn't have been too much to ask.
Ever?
Women's share, and Karen Strawn has been on the show. We should probably have her back. Mm-hmm. Their share of household duties has gone, it's never been lower. But they've also never been more unhappy. In other words, there's been a lie that's been fed to American women. And we'll get to how this lie is being fed now because the Communist Chinese Party is getting in on the action. But here's a big reason that men and women are missing each other, okay? And you can comment below. And it's been on my heart, obviously, a lot lately. Men haven't changed what they want in a woman, okay? That's why you see billionaires marrying waitresses. They don't care about your college degree. They don't care about your job. That's not what matters to a man. Man still wants the same thing that he's always wanted. He wants a nice woman to whom he's attracted to come home and be able to do, right? To feel safe, to have a safe haven. Nice matters more than money, right? Nurturing matters more than business success. Women have changed a lot of what they want from men. That has changed significantly, and a lot of men feel like they can't be mind readers, right? And you know that this is true because it's a stereotype that everyone jokes about when it's funny, right? If a woman says she's not mad, it means that you have to find out why. Okay, I call this the 99 and 99 rule. Right now, if you're watching and you are married, okay, woman, man. All right, let me ask you if you're a woman. You're married to a man. Okay, let's assume that he's the primary provider, right? One of a more traditional relationship. Doesn't mean he's the only provider. Does your husband, does he come home to you every night? The answer is yes. Okay. Does he protect you? Okay. If something goes bump in the night, does he answer or do you lock him in the bedroom? All right. Does he provide? Meaning, does he go to a job at all? Okay, we've just crossed a threshold, but I'm not going to tell you what. One more question. Does he ever listen to you complain about problems ever that don't affect him? Does he ever do anything nice for you, like send you flowers, even if only on your birthday? If the answer to those is yes, congratulations, you're with a man who's doing more than 99% of men who have ever lived. Ever lived. You think Genghis Khan was listening to you bitch about Tiffany?
Nope.
Okay. If he does those things, they were expected to provide and protect. Okay. Now on the flip side, you're a woman and you're married to a man. Let me ask you this. Do you cook for him? Do you cook every day? If the answer is no, you are now doing less than 99% of women who have ever lived from the beginning of time up until 1964. Doesn't mean that you have to. I understand that there's a division of labor now if you're both working, but men still want the same things. Let alone if we get to the idea of taking care of the house, of being supportive of him. Sometimes maybe people have to drop their priorities for their spouse. That's what happens. This is a very new idea. It's the 99 and 99 rule. You've changed what you want from men. And obviously this woman doesn't want any of the things that traditionally was seen as a wife doing. Doesn't mean a guy can't take out the trash. What I'm saying is this girl's going, look, you can have a Roomba. For crying out loud, Glade sells the shower cleaning thing.
They do.
Have you ever done
Fantastic.
laundry with a washboard? Do you have any idea what that would be like with a washboard? And you have to dustpan and sweep. There are no Swiffers, let alone a godforsaken wet jet. You're like, like it's Cinderella. You're using a ShamWow.
Well, I hate the part she's holding a kid and she's like, this is miserable. It's like, come on. Children are some of the most, their work. I understand that. My Saturday and Sunday were totally different. Saturday, very difficult. Very difficult. We have kids. They're very young. Sunday, fantastic. They loved us. They wanted to hug us. And it was great. It reminded us why we like them. It was fun. But it is the most joyful thing, and you're portraying it as a ball and chain that shackles you to wherever
I've never felt my heart swell up for anything in my life the way that it has for my children.
No, it's just this amazing
It's one of those
thing.
things. People say it, and Josh, probably same thing.
Yeah. I just put my kids in front of the iPad, though.
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, Alex, she's holding it. What are you doing? Yeah, of course. Yeah, don't put the ring down. Put an iPad out.
Yeah, just put the location
doing?
services on. You're good.
iPad solved.
Yeah.
Done.
It's 2023. Come on. Give that kid a TikTok already.
But again, it just doesn't take into account all the joy that's brought with it. And the truth is, women then reach their 30s or their 40s going, oh my gosh, this is not what I thought life was going to be. Like, yeah, well, because, you thought that running a broom was the equivalent to being a Uyghur in China. So,
Nice segue.
Oh, what?
Uyghur. It's a thing. Look it up.
yeah, it's a thing.
I know what he's thinking. I know why he's laughing.
But
This isn't
the
1996,
video,
Josh.
there's more to
Not a
this.
racist show.
The
A
video,
Uyghur beaver? What is that?
Just leave it to Uyghur.
Write that down.
Oh, you know it. There's the
Sketches are being
Don't.
written right now.
Eddie Haskell's
boy.
just a CCP spy trying to sell cigarettes. Oh, you need a pack of Palmer, Mr. Cleaver. All right. So the video was actually uploaded by a Chinese TikTok account. Now, to be clear, I have no problem with the Chinese. Just to be clear, especially like Ginger Snap back
People.
there. He loves
Chinese
the Chinese lady. Chinese people.
And food.
Because I love the Chinese people, I hate the Communist Chinese Party. So the Twitter user @GritCult noted that the video contained multiple products with Chinese writing. There's a shirt, there's cooking oil, and the woman in the video appears to be what they call a white monkey. Now, I know
What?
Josh is going, what? We're not talking about Congo.
I'm sorry.
Urban Dictionary defines us as a person who works in Asia, normally China, and whose qualification for the job is nothing more than being a Westerner and normally Caucasian. The Urban Dictionary also says not normally applied to black people. Well, surprise
yes.
in China.
Yeah, they're known for being hospitable to every.
Yes. And going back to what I said before, the reason we have marriage laws in this country is because it's foundational, right? The only way that you have a self-governing society is if you have strong families. And that's why the Communist Chinese Party has been pushing an anti-marriage agenda and propaganda in the United States for a very long time while actively subsidizing marriage in China because their birth rates and their marriage rates are at record lows. So they want American marriages to no longer take place while they increase theirs because they understand that that does create a robust society. Now, of course, there should not be enforced or mandated marriage or relationships whatsoever. What I'm saying is that China understands as a political prescription they need to have strong families if they're going to have a strong society. So they drip, tell you, oh, marriage in America, miserable.
Yeah, isn't that crazy though?
Miserable, married man, have big belly, no longer sexual active.
Okay, this feels like a smear campaign right now. Steven. I don't appreciate it, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But, Josh,
trying to be
I was talking about
be a
the
white
pregnant
monkey over
I was
here.
talking about the pregnant lady. You brought props.
I'm a white monkey. Yeah.
He's got
You and Ron Perlman.
Yeah, it has the benefit of making him yak. Yeah. He looks exactly like the gorilla from Congo. That is
Yeah, it's
not our
even-
fault,
come
all
on,
right?
yeah, he absolutely does.
And he's not black.
we were about
What
to
I was going to
say
say is that China understands that families are the foundation, the bedrock of a culture and society. And if you want to be successful, the family has to be strong. Isn't that strange? We've been saying that for a very, very, very long time. And we are actively working against ourselves by saying that they're not the foundation of our society. And we're destroying families right now. Women in China, by the way, are having kind of that same issue. 24 was the average age of marriage. Now it's 29. And they're doing everything they can. China they got rid of the one-child policy and they're like, we'll let you have 3.
Yeah.
Right? Nobody in China is probably going to have more than 2 or 3 kids. I understand that. But they're still in control. They're still putting
Do you think
their
the Chinese
finger on the
women are
lever.
berating them like it's time for you to get off the shitter and commit already. Shitter, get off the pot.
Well,
I have no ring.
Exactly. They want them to marry earlier so they'll have more
I
kids.
want a rock. I want a diamond.
They're actually going to
I
shorten.
don't think so. I think they're too busy working.
Yes. I'll go find one in the mine. Go.
They're actually thinking about shortening the school year, or the overall education time in school for women so that they'll have kids I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. The Chinese party, they're very creative. I don't like.
Do they go
at
down the
all
tunnel of
their
love
authoritative.
in like folded paper swans?
Yeah.
They could just send their kids to my school. I had all kinds of pregnant girls in my school.
They're like, all right, you've been in school for 11 years. That's enough. You're done.
I don't know. We're going to hand out sex education, right? The United States. I hand out condoms. They're just like it's like Swiss cheese. I don't know.
There he is.
I don't know.
Well, look, I know we.
Holes in condom make it go faster.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.